Now, so I am live. Well, we are live, but we're going to give it a few minutes for some of the stragglers to appear, to come around here. 'Cause it's clock's just a ticking on, ticking on clock. It's 9 p.m. here, 8 p.m., 8 a.m. or p.m. Well, I don't know what day it is. You tell me. No, it's we're just going to let people amass a little bit, and I don't know. This is usually when I would do play a song or something, but I don't have a thing going on. What? Something going on?
Well,
maybe this is why we started early.
I think we just have a bad connection because of the weather.
Oh, did we get the pixelating?
Yeah, we got pixelating.
Pixelating. I don't know if you guys watched. There was one. Well, probably not. But many episodes ago, we did a show, and it went completely sideways with the pixelating and the
It's not that bad.
But yeah, it's like my face was like going off to one side more than usual. More than usual. But hey, weird things can and do happen. Right now, we're having a huge windstorm. Right on cue. So if you're rattling and banging and knocking and stuff, that's just actually the world flying around the place outside. Wow. But anyway, I digress. See, there's all kinds of, it's getting all nutty out there. Yeah, here it is. We thought we were done with all the weird weather, but no. 70-mile-an-hour wind going on out there. Last time they blew all kinds of stuff over, and we got a little.
Yeah, you're still
wacky. Am I still
blurred.
Blurred?
Yeah, you're blurry. You're a little
Weird.
pixely.
Is the it's pixely. Okay, I was gonna say if it's blurred, we can just clean the camera.
No, it was all right. Just go ahead.
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want it to be all. I don't want people freaking out or nothing, sending all kinds of messages about things that we don't have any control over. Anyway, so if the internet is doing weird things, well, that's just how it is. Here in the days of bits and pixels, and flying through the air at 1,000,000 miles per hour, ions and whatnot, because apparently there's a lot of negatively charged ions going on out there, blowing around, and of course, radioactive debris, because we are in the land of mining uranium here in Utah. But anyway, well, I guess maybe we should get started. Are we well in? Is it after 9? Is the show happening?
Yes.
It didn't sound very confident, but that's okay. We're going to persevere. We're going to push on through to the other side, even if that's this side. It'll be like a Mobius strip of sides, where when we push on through, we are actually in the. Oh, we're not plugged in, are we? Nope, microphone's not plugged in. This whole time, people are like, I don't know, his face is moving.
We don't have to do that waiting to plug.
I know, I forgot.
Okay, is the sound better now?
Sounds probably better now. You didn't miss anything, trust me. You did not miss anything. It was just me rambling on about nonsense while we waited for this whole thing to start. Well, okay. I guess we'll start now. If there's sound. Should we wait for verification of sound since we plugged in? We're good? Okay. Alrighty, well, hey! Hello, Boozeketeers. Welcome to Cocktales with Tiki King here on Tuesday night. Coming to you live from the Wicked Wench in our secret underground location here in Utah. Yes. So what's going on? Well, all kinds of things. All sorts of big excitement. But we couldn't bring it in here because of the narrow stairway. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing really. It's all the same. It's stuff, my normal days, my normal life, things that I do. But yeah, we didn't do a show last Tuesday because we had just done a show the Thursday before. So we decided to skip it because we were busy, doing other things. But we're back and we're here and you're here and we're all there together wherever that is, somewhere. you're in your living room or whatever. I don't know, in your office, car, dentist office, you know. Yeah, so here we are. And what's happening? Well, we're getting ready to go on the road again. We just got back from being on the road. We were home for a little over a week, and then we're heading back out. So big excitement to be had. Tour season starting up again and whatnot. But I'm sure we're going to be coming to you live from who knows what sort of exotic locations out there whilst we're traversing the untraversed travertine or whatever it is. I don't know. That's fake. It's travertine's fake rock, but we're going to go on real rock because we don't like shamrock, as it were. Just like shampoo, we like the real thing. Anyway, so what are we doing tonight? Well, today it's a very special day. It's Tuesday. That's right. But no. So as I often do, I was in the secret laboratory of drinks, thinking, hey, I should make a drink. And well, actually, I was thinking, hey, I should do the show tonight. What should I do? And then I thought, hey, I know, I'll look some stuff up. And I started looking, and then I thought, wait a minute, maybe I should make something. So I got out my tools and mixing stuff, and I started mixing, and I came up with a drink, which I think is pretty good. Good enough that I want to make it here on the show, and we'll see where that goes. And I'm not gonna tell you what it's called yet, because. But what do we need? Well, we're gonna need our accoutrements, our tools of the trade here. So we're gonna need a shaker, half filled with ice. Okay, so shaker half filled with ice. Then we're gonna need some boozage, which is for tonight. We're gonna use some Hellcat Maggie Irish whiskey. Good stuff. I drink this stuff by the glassful straight. So I'm proud to use it in my beverage. So we're gonna use 1.5 ounces of that, and then we're gonna go with 1 ounce of Canton ginger liqueur. That's right in there. Then 0.75 or 3/4 for those of you who are keeping score at home of Amaretto. 3/4 of that. And then 3/4 of orgeat, which is basically a sort of almond and vanilla flavored simple syrup. And moving right along, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Half an ounce. Why, I've had twice as much before. Half an ounce of sweet vermouth. We're using the Antica. Good stuff. They use this at Disneyland, as Boozeketeer West will tell you, because he told me, and I went, oh, I'm going to have to get some of that, and I did, and there it is. So that's what they used to make the Manhattans at Disneyland, and they're enjoyable. Sweet vermouth. Okay. So that's those things. Then, and then we need to throw in there, for the purposes of our deviousness, 1 thin slice of ginger, fresh. Give that a good shake. Then we're going to need a large glass with a sphere of ice in it. Which we're going to add on top of that sphere of ice a slice of lemon and another thin slice of ginger. And we're going to pour this right over the top of that. Look at that, beautiful. And I present to you this very evening. The Wild Magpie. I told her it was going to be a surprise. She said, "What are you making tonight?" And I said, "It's a surprise." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because I don't want to tell you. Because this is officially the first drink we've made on the show named after producer Maggie."
It's good.
The Wild Magpie.
Where is it?
And one of the reasons that it's named that is because of, well, a few things. One, Hellcat Maggie whiskey. Two, Amaretto, which is one of producer Maggie's favorite beverages. I believe she's enjoying some right now. Ginger, because she's a redhead. Sweet Vermouth, which is also red, once again, because of the vibrant red hair, which she has. So all these things made me, I was like, what should I call this? And I started thinking about it, and of course the orgeat, because you're sweet. But, you know.
It's good. Remember to write it down.
So there you go. Oh, no, I did write it down. It's already, it needs to go in the bar book. Yeah. So, speaking of writing it down, this and many other recipes are available on the Tiki King cocktail database. You can go to tikiking.com, click on the cocktail section, and you can go to the cocktail database, and all of pretty much every recipe that I do on the show is listed there. So this one is up there. It's actually under, if you want to go quickly, you can go to Tiki King Originals, and it's called the Wild Magpie, so you can make it for yourself. So there you go. Tonight's drink, and I'm enjoying it. Should I pour some into other glasses for you guys? Wow, windstorm. As I said, the wind is letting itself be known this evening. But anyway, yeah. So that's one of the things we do here at the Wicked Wench. Is I experiment and I make drinks, and this one took a few iterations. It went through probably 4 different phases before I settled upon this particular recipe, which, trial and error. You add this, you take a little bit of that away, you taste it, say, okay, well, what is it doing? And that's the way it works. It's science. It's boozy science, which, that's one of the things that I've often espoused is go mix stuff up, do it, check it out, do what you're going to do, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know, what can I make? And it's like, what do you have? And they're like, I don't know. But I'll tell you, a lot of times just taking whatever it is that you happen to have and deciding what won't work and then putting the rest in, you can come up with some good stuff. That's how we got the Sneaky Steve, was Boozeketeer TJ and Boozeketeer Steve calling me up in the late hours of the night saying, what can we make? Here's the stuff we have. And I'm like, all right, mix this and this and this and this and these ratios. And they did. And it was good enough that it ended up on the bar menu in Mariposa at their local watering hole. So, yeah. So I always say mix stuff together. See what comes out. Because sometimes it's good. And if it's not good, well, you drink it anyway and change it until it is good. And that's the thing, is that not every drink that is a Tiki King original ends up on the database. Because some, not good. Most of the time, I would have to say my success rate is actually pretty high as far as making a tasty beverage. But there's always trial and error, experimentation, and whatnot. So, anyway, so what else has been going on? Well, one thing which was interesting that I found interesting. So we were out at the local thrift shop today and found some cool stuff. One of the things I found was bar guide. And this is the House and Gardens drink guide. And not remarkable in itself necessarily. It was written in the 70s. I was almost ready to pass it up. I picked it up and I was like, well, wait a minute, there's something in here. And in here is a receipt which I won't say whose it is because it's actually the people's name is here. But it is for their winner's holiday package in Vegas, which was, I'm sure, some sort of, one of those things of, hey, if you for $100, we'll give you $100 in gambling tokens and 3 nights and 4 days and a steak dinner and whatnot. But it's funny because there's Benihana Village and the Bavarian Inn and Leonardo's. Has all these ads for places that are probably long gone. But this was from their vacation in April 20th of 1984. What's the date?
19th.
So 19th. This was their vacation tomorrow. Was when they went on vacation back in 1984. That's funny. I didn't even notice that part. Yeah, so they went on the winter's holiday. And but so the funny thing is I was like, well, there's something in there. And I look, and the page that it's on, there's the Kamehameha rum punch and the Mai Kai No and the Pisco punch. And the Pisco we've had, but I was like, whoa, that's what tropical drinks. And there's like somebody put their bookmark in here under those ones, and I thought that's kind of Providence, But then another thing is, I was just thumbing through, and I stopped on a random page, and Pims Cup, which producer Maggie introduced me to Pims Cup. I used to back in when I lived in San Francisco, I had a friend who would make Pims, but it was just Pims and ginger ale and slices of cucumber. And Maggie introduced me to the Pims Cup, which has fruit and is used. You use lemonade, White's lemonade, which is a different animal than ginger ale by far. But the interesting thing, this is the interesting thing. Pims, right? Pims number 1. You get the bottle. It's Pims number 1. Did you know that there were 7 Pims? I had no idea. But I mean, I always knew it was Pims number 1, but I always figured that was just like, we're number 1, Pims number 1, But no, apparently 7 varieties. One was Scotch.
Number 1.
Pims number 4, I think, was Scotch, which was not popular. Pims number 7 was tequila. That one, which was supposedly to appeal. The British were like, well, we need to make something for those Americans. What do they drink? Oh, they drink tequila with worms in it. Ah, well, we'll put some in our Pims, So I don't know. I don't know if it had worms in it or not, but I was like, that does not sound good. Pims, but tequila flavored. Apparently it was so good that it was discontinued shortly after it was started, and it is now the rarest bottle on the market, worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because it's so bad that no one wanted it, and so there wasn't very much. But for Pims collectors, like I said, so there was ours, Pims number 1 gin. That was the popular one, right? But there was rum, dark rum, vodka, Scotch, tequila, rye. It was like, I mean, I'm intrigued, but somewhat also horrified. Pims, for those of you who don't know, it's a sort of citrusy, spicy, fruity flavored liqueur. And most of the time you mix it with, like I said, with lemonade, or some people use like lemon lime soda or what different things. But it's definitely, I don't know if people who drink it straight. Originally it was done as if you drink it straight, it was a tonic. But anyway, no, I just thought that was interesting. But so I thought we may need to revisit. We did a Pims show, God, like 4 years ago. We did a Pims show.
Probably redo it.
And I think we need to redo it if for no other reason than I found a new recipe, which I was like, that just sounds like something that goes right into our crazy thing, which is the Glasgow Garden Party, which is Pims and Iron Brew. And I thought, it said no garnish, just Pims and Iron Brew. And I thought, that sounds like we could get into trouble drinking that. Probably be like Bucky.
Pims is more of I wouldn't really call it a liqueur. I would call it an infused gin.
It's an infused gin. I think it's like what, 40 proof or something. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not weak by any means, but it's not something, like I said, I don't know if anyone is like, just pour me a glass of Pims. It's like, that'd be like, pour me, I'd like a slow gin, please. Straight up, which I don't know. Slow gin is one of those other ones. There was a lot of weird stuff people did. But Pims when made properly is especially in the summertime, it's beautiful. Cucumber slices and some lemon and some strawberries and you like and the White's lemonade. And it's just like so you could sit on the porch and drink those. You could drink those for as long as you have Pims, I guess. I don't know. We did. I know we used to, like I said, in San Francisco, we'd sit out on Tim's back porch and drink Pims with just cucumber slices. And I was pretty happy to be not paying for the bill. So, but anyway, yeah. So, drink guide, fun that it like brought. It was like I'm glad I got it because it brought up some interesting things. So the Pims one, that was the one that I was just like, I had no idea all the different kinds. It's one of those things. Booze, there's like you get used to it's like old Jack Daniels, old number 7. Well, have you ever had Jack Daniels number 5? Because I haven't. Or 6 or 1. I mean, old number 7. Everybody knows that one, but where's the other ones? Who knows? It's like Heinz 57. I'd like a Heinz 54, please. It's like, yeah, no one wants that. Trust me. But anyway, what else? So what else was I going to talk about? So we were out. Like I said, we did our show Thursday, a week ago Thursday, I guess it was, because we skipped one and then didn't do it. And then, anyway, those of you who tuned in saw us at the Boulder Dam Hotel Speakeasy, which was a lot of fun. We had some good drinks down there, and there was a band playing that I thought was the elevator music. Strangely, it was. They were so good, I thought they were fake. I'm not sure if that's really a glowing review of what was happening, but we were sitting there drinking. And I'm like, "Is there?" I thought there was going to be music. And Bruce goes, "That guy's playing it right now." I was like, "Oh, I thought this was the piped in." Music before the show starts.
It was kind of like a Mac Davis with a single guitar.
Yeah, it was just a guy playing guitar and singing, and that's saying, "If you could read my mind, girl, what a tale my thoughts could tell." And it was like, I was like, I thought there was going to be live music, but no, it was him. It was a guy playing this. He was good. That's the thing. He was so good, I didn't believe it. But anyway, yeah. So we were at the Speakeasy. We had fun there, and then we had so much fun. We left. And we went to Dillinger across the street, and that was too much fun. We had to leave there and go back to the Speakeasy. But they did have the fried pickle that was it was a pickle wrapped in cheese and ham, and then breaded and deep fried.
They also have the Gouda mac and cheese.
And the Gouda mac and cheese bites that were also, it was like Gouda mac and cheese, but then breaded and deep fried. It was all sorts of things I should never eat, but we were drunk. So, so we went back and forth, and we ended up back at the Speakeasy and had a couple of good drinks. And yes, that was on Thursday. So then that's why we skipped the following Tuesday. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. We out there, had a good time out there in Vegas. Because Wicked Tinkers, we were playing out there at the Vegas Highland Games, and that was also a lot of fun. Saw a lot of good friends and had a lot of good people out there and had VIP access. So no lack of motivation. But yeah, saw a lot of our friends out there. And one of the things. So speaking of friends, they were in line with me while we were waiting at the bar. One of the things that I had not tried before that I did in fact try, which was the Jameson Orange. We were talking about that earlier. That was actually, Sid's thing is earlier today, that was going to be tonight's show, is we were going to talk about Jameson Orange. Because I saw it, and I got a little attitude-y, I think, about it. Because I looked and I said, yeah, it's super low proof. It's like, it's low proof. It's not like it's like Jameson, like 60 proof or something. Which Jameson 80 proof. That's standard alcohol proof. But I was like, man, it was like more expensive than regular Jameson, lower proof. But I thought, yeah, it's probably just got a bunch of sugar in it. It's orange flavored. So when we were at the Highland Games, one of the things that they were serving there in the VIP tent was Jameson Orange and soda. And it was hot, and I was like, I don't want to just drink some straight booze thing. So, yeah, give me one of those, So they did. And I will tell you, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was sweet, just boozy enough to it probably put it up around probably a little stronger than just drinking a beer, but also light enough so you weren't drinking a pint of whiskey. But no, Jameson Orange, I gotta say, good stuff. Mix that with some soda water. That is a happy summer drink. It was refreshing. It was light. It had just enough flavor. It wasn't too sweet. The orange, like I said, was I wouldn't say subtle, but it wasn't overpowering. And it also it had a little more orangey oil flavor to it. It wasn't like it wasn't like orange juice. It was like, it just had this nice orange thing. So we were pretty excited about that. And so we decided we were going to do the show about that tonight, but we went to get it. And here in Utah, to get booze, you have to go to the state liquor store. So some of you already know this, some of you may not. So there's state liquor stores everywhere, and there's one thing that's nice is that no matter which one you go to, the prices are all the same. So you don't have to be like, we got to shop around, find our booze, because no matter where you go, I was surprised. We were out in the middle of nowhere, out in this mining town, where there was basically, like 50 people and a liquor store, and I was like, yeah, we don't want to go in there because it's going to be crazy. Because where I come from, California, the remote places, liquor is like 10 times as much. But but out there, it's all the same. It's all state controlled. So that's the good thing. The bad thing is not all of them carry the same selections. So it just turned out that the one that we went to, which was the furthest one that we normally would go to the south, didn't have it, and the one that did was the furthest one we would normally go to in the north. So we're like, yeah, I'm not sure that at today's gas prices, I want to drive 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back. So anyways, we didn't do the Jameson Orange, but I'm sure we'll pick up a bottle of that and do that in a show in the future coming up. So, but anyway, so what else is going on? Well, this weekend we will be in Bakersfield. Come on out and play. Come see us. When I say us, Wicked Tinkers, for those of you who, if one of you doesn't know, most of you, I'm sure, understand by now about giant canoes. No, I'm sure that you all know Wicked Tinkers. It's the tribal Celtic band that I play a drum in. I always say I play drums. I don't. I play one drum. The same one. Every time. Day in, day out. Bang, bang, banging away. All the pounding drum day long. Anyway, no. So come on out to Bakersfield. If you happen to be in the neighborhood, and say hello. We'll be glad you did. Now this is the sad note. Can we play the sad version of the Pirates Cue? Okay. The sad note is that this weekend is also Dapper Day at Disneyland, which we will not be attending. We were there last time, which we had a ball, and we got to do all the Dapper Day things. And Dapper Day is fun because people go down there and they all dress up in their finest, and they go to Disneyland all dressed up because that used to be the way it was. People went and they went in, what you might call your Sunday best, and everybody wanted to look nice, and it was all this beautiful thing. And there are still people who do that. And so they decided to make a day out of it. And originally it started out, it was just a thing people did. And then now it's sort of become, it's now actually a Disney sponsored event, I believe, Dapper Day. No? Well, it's always advertised, and it's at the hotel. I mean, they got the thing. So it's a convention now.
The Dapper Day Expo people rent it out.
Yeah. Still though. I don't think they'd do that for, I'm not going to say because those people will get upset with me. But
Pirate Day?
No. I'm not going to say because those people get upset with me. No, anyway, so Dapper Day, it's not a Disneyland sponsored event, but it's about as close as you get as far as things that go on down there. But one of the things that's really cool is they have the Dapper Day Expo, and people come and there's all sorts of people selling all kinds of stuff, and there's live bands and music and bars, and it's a lot of fun. There was a car show, but the cool thing is if you by any chance can't come to Bakersfield and you happen to be going to Dapper Day, stop by the Lanny Ella Boutique because they are the Wild About Mary Blair people, and they have some of my Mary Blair inspired purses for sale there in the Disneyland hotel, which is very exciting. So we're, like I said, sad we're not going to be there, but very excited that my stuff's going to be there. So, and this is, like I said, our second time, and we have some brand new purses. So we have two brand new designs and one color change, reimagined Mary Blair one. So, but going down there and tell them Tiki King sent you, because, why not? It won't get you a deal or nothing, but it'll give you a sense of well-being. So, and don't ask, if you order 2 drinks, be very clear, because the bartender got upset with me last time because he kept asking me which one I wanted, and I was like, I wanted a Manhattan and a White Russian, and they said, which one? And I said, both. And he said, but which one do you want? And I was like, I want a Manhattan and a White Russian if you can make them. And he's like, I can make them both. Which one do you want? I was like, I would like one of each, please. And he was like, why did you say so? I was like, I don't know. It was a funny thing, I think. Is that humor? I'm not entirely certain. Anyway. And if you can't for some reason go in there, go on down to the Disneyland Hotel coffee shop. Order yourself a coffee with a shot of Kahlua in it. You'll be glad you did. But anyway, that's it. That's it for tonight. I'm no. Oh, I didn't use. So maybe you noticed that I was shaking with equipment, and this equipment is available at the Boozeketeer. That's right. 315 East Broadway, down in Salt Lake City. Go on and see Ivy, and I can never remember the address, and we made a cue card, and I didn't even bring it up. This is like, I had to cut it in at the end. Wait, here, we'll put this in post-production. I'll just we'll add it in. And don't forget to go to the Boozeketeer at 315 East Broadway.
Sorry about going to Frankie's?
Oh, I didn't. No. When we were in Vegas, that's the other thing we did. We went to Frankie's and had ourselves a great time. Drank a bunch of Kiki Kais, sat back there in the booth. We had such a good time, we went back. Well, actually, me and CJ did, because we were still up drinking late at night. And he said, let's go to Frankie's. And I was like, I'm not doing nothing. So we went back to Frankie's. And here's the thing. Here was the beautiful thing about that, is that so we went back there, and ordered some drinks, and we sat at the bar. We normally don't sit at the bar. We sit at the booths because sitting at the bar, I don't know, it's a weird thing. But we were sitting at the bar and decided to play some video poker, right? Which I'm not a huge gambler. I throw a few bucks in the machine from time to time. But so we started playing video poker, and they keep refreshing our drinks, right? So we realized it doesn't really matter winning or losing, because basically we're putting in, it's like we can hand them the money or put the money in the machine. Doesn't matter. So they're great. So we're there for a few hours, having ourselves a good time, drinking the drinks and talking to the bartenders, and because we're friends with them out there, and passerbys and the random stranger who gets roped into our conversation because they thought something was on fire because of the way we're screaming. So then the beauty, so we're done with the night, and I was like, well, that was good, but and Boozeketeer CJ said, here, throw another $5 in that machine right before we leave. And I was like, okay, and I threw it in, and I won our entire bar tab. So it was like, not only did we get free drinks, but the drinks that we paid for, we actually won enough playing video poker to pay for those as well. So it was a beautiful thing. It was we went back to the hotel, which wasn't even a hotel. It was somebody's house. that was not home. So we slept there. But no, it was one of those nights of like, wow, that worked out quite well, I gotta say. So anyway, so that was Vegas, and we had the, like I said, Highland Games and the VIP tent and the performing and the whatnot, and did our thing and played our music and had a good time. Saw lots of good friends, and hope to do it again soon. So, and we will in Bakersfield, and then after Bakersfield, is going to be coming up Grand Junction, Colorado, and then Costa Mesa down in Southern California, and then back up here to Utah for the Utah Highland Association Scottish Games, and then back to San Diego for the San Diego Games, and then guess what? Flagstaff. That's right. But then I'll have a month in which I will not stop to breathe, because I'm going to be getting ready for Tiki Oasis coming up in August. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be all kinds of fun. It's going to be at least two. Well, it's going to be. I think they pay for 4 kinds of fun, and then if I want the rest, it's a la carte. I got to pay at a per use basis. But there you go. That's all. That's what I have. That's what I have for you tonight, Boozeketeers. Thanks for tuning in here on a Tuesday night, because I know you have better things to do. But I'm glad that you came here and did those not as better things with me, because without you, it'd just be me doing, and then that would just be Monday night. So there you go. You're the Boozeketeers, and I'm Tiki King. Good night, and good drinking.